Morning, morning, morning. Good girl. Day, what are we on? 14. Welcome. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Let us come into a seated position. Just for some gentle stretching to wake our bodies up. Can you breathe me in here? Let's start with a big stretch, reaching the arms up, reaching the hands up towards the ceiling, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms up towards the sky as you breathe in, and exhaling, stretching to the one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left or other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring your right elbow underneath your left for eagle arms. So if you can do the full eagle arms, you go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you can bring the backs of your hands together, or even just bring your arms together like that. Right elbow, yes. Right elbow is under left. Breathing in as you lift your elbows. Breathing out as you round your spine and draw your elbows in towards your chest. Inhale, lifting and arching like a cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine, drawing the elbows in, stretching out between your shoulder blades. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to that neutral spine as you release your arms. Fingertips to the knees. And again, tucking your chin, rounding your spine. If you can, hold on to your opposite knees and hang back. So you are really stretching out between the shoulder blades. Inhaling as you draw yourself back up. Bringing the right hand behind you. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. And exhale, left hand to the outside of your right knee. Gently twisting to the right. Lower spine first, middle spine next. You don't have to turn your head over the right shoulder. You can keep it chin to chest. You might want to wrap your right arm around your left inner waist, or even grab hold of your left inner thigh. And instead of using your left hand to pull you around, you might want to try just resting your left palm, the back of your left hand against your right knee with your left palm facing forward. And then inhale, releasing. Turning back to center forward, both hands on opposite knees as you hang back again. And inhaling, coming forward again. So maybe uncrossing your legs, crossing them the other way again. Inhale the arms all the way up towards the sky. And then this time, left elbow underneath. Eagle arms. Palms together. If that doesn't work, backs of the hands together, or even just palms and elbows together. Inhaling as you lift. Exhale as you curl, rounding. Tuck the chin, rounding the spine. Inhale as you lift. cow, arching the spine. Exhale, tuck. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhaling. And exhale, stretching between your shoulder blades. Inhale, neutral spine. Release your arms. Hands on opposite knees. Exhale as you hang back. Inhale as you come forward. And this time bringing your left arm up towards the sky. Reaching the left fingertips towards the floor behind you. And gently twisting to the left. As before, remember that you can wrap this left arm around the right inner waist if you want, or even grab hold of your right inner thigh if it's there for you. This right hand, you can turn your right palm to face away from the left knee. So the back of the right hand is just resting against the knee. Keeping the right hand on the left knee. Inhale as you release your left arm, release your twist. Crossing the arms over again and rounding the spine, tucking the chin and coming up again. How are we for time? We've still got 5 minutes, great. Let's bring the feet together, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side into Baddha Konasana. You can sit on a block if it helps you, if you feel that it's very difficult to get the opening into your hips. And maybe just walk yourself a little bit forward on your sitting bones, maybe drawing any flesh out from behind you so that you're not sitting back. Doesn't matter whether your feet are pulled in close towards your body or further away. And just gently hold on to the insides of the feet as you flap your knees gently. You might even close your eyes as you just feel your way into these movements. Using your inhalations to lengthen the spine. And your exhalations to relax your shoulders, keeping that lengthening of the spine. Just releasing into the hips. Good. We're going to bring the left foot underneath the body, the right foot to the outside of the left knee. If that doesn't work for you, you can extend your left leg. So maybe I'll demo that. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your right hand behind you, left arm up. And your left elbow outside of the right knee. Twisting again. Inhaling, both arms up towards the sky as you bring your right foot a little bit to the right of the left knee. So there's a little bit of space between your right foot and your left knee. Breath in, and as you exhale, reaching your hands down towards the foot, towards the ground, wherever you can reach. Doesn't matter how far down you get. Just bringing your torso forward to the inside of your right knee, hugging that right knee in towards your right shoulder, tucking your chin. And then up towards the sky. And exhale, releasing. Let's swap the legs around. So the right leg is extended and the left foot is to the outside of the right knee. If you went into the full version, you can bring your right foot over to your left buttock. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow outside the left knee. Your left fingertips behind you. Your right foot active. Inhale, both hands, both arms up towards the sky. Bring your left foot a little bit away from your right leg. Keep your right foot flexed. And as you exhale, forward folding to the inside of that left thigh. Just do what you can. You don't have to reach your foot. Thank you. You can even just bring your hands to the floor. Breaths in and fold as far as you can, just to what feels natural. Inhaling, bringing yourself upright. Hugging both the knees into your chest. Wrapping your arms around them if you can, otherwise just holding on with your fingertips. And rounding your spine, resting your forehead down towards your knees. Getting a nice little massage into your digestive system and stretching out the back of the neck. Deep breath in as you release. We're going to come into our seat for our meditation. Good morning, good morning. Everyone who's just joined us. I know that there are a few people who are doing the meditations on their back oh, someone's noticed Anna. Someone says hello. So it really doesn't matter how you do your meditation. If you're lying on your back, the thing that I would say is most valuable is to focus on your breathing. So maybe putting a book or even your hands on your belly and just focus on breathing into your belly, letting the belly rise on the inhalations and fall on the exhalations. Just see how you go. Obviously, I'll be talking through the meditation's posture pointers as a seated position, but you can just adapt those to make it relevant to you lying down, if there is anyone lying down, which I know there are, because I can see through this thing. I can't, I'm joking. Right, so let's sit tall. Yeah, do you want to take a blankie? Alright. And remember, if you need to change your posture at any point during the meditation, then go ahead and do so. The worst is to be sitting in a position that is excruciatingly uncomfortable and not being able to focus on anything other than that discomfort. So feel free to move at any point, just doing so mindfully. Good. As always, we'll start with one chime of the singing bowl, 3 ohms. The first ohm to bring us into ourselves, if you like. All the fragmented parts of ourselves. The second ohm bringing us together as a group, wherever in the world we may be. bringing you together with the people in your home, if there's anyone with you, the people in your neighborhood. And then the third Om, bringing us together as a greater community, a greater Sangha, people all over the world sitting in meditation, everyone going through this pandemic together. Breath in. Breath in. Breath in. The first few minutes of this practice, we're going to simply focus on our breath. And what I'd like to invite you to do is to practice deep abdominal breathing, belly breathing. Directing your breath all the way down into your abdomen when you inhale. Feeling your belly fall as you exhale. So if you are lying on your back, maybe bring your hands onto your belly. If you're in a seated position, it may be helpful to bring one hand to your heart and one hand onto your belly. The first inhalation as you lengthen the spine, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky. And as you exhale, letting your shoulders relax, letting your jaw relax, all the little muscles around your eyes softening. Your arms are relaxed, your legs are relaxed, and you're allowing yourself to be completely supported by whatever support, whatever surface you may be sitting on or lying on. Take as many of those breaths as you need until you find that you are softening into whatever position you've taken. So the first point of focus is to notice where there may be tension in your body and using your out breaths to soften. Breathing in, becoming aware. Breathing out, softening. Softening into all the muscles around your eyes, around your mouth, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing the muscles on either side of your spine, without losing that beautiful elongation, relaxing the muscles around your navel so your belly can be soft. The softness of the belly allowing for deep abdominal breathing. And when you feel that you're in a state of relaxation, a softening of the body, and remember you may need to check in and soften multiple times during your meditation. When you're there, when you feel that your belly in particular is soft enough to breathe deeply into that space, I invite you to watch as you breathe in how your hand on your belly rises, and as you breathe out, to feel that the hand on the belly falls. Just that for the next number of minutes. Even as you focus on deep belly breathing, you may paradoxically find a tensing into your shoulders or your face as you concentrate on doing this thing. You can offer yourself an inward smile at that paradox, and then soften as again you direct your in-breath all the way to the belly. Feeling how the belly softens and falls as you breathe out. Another 10 breaths doing just that at your own pace, softening every time you find that you're bracing. The deep in-breaths, allowing your belly to rise. The full out-breaths, allowing your belly to fall, softening, softening, softening. Just staying with this deep belly breathing for the next 4 to 5 breaths, slowing it down. if you're feeling comfortable where you are with your one hand on your belly and your one hand on your heart, then by all means stay there. If you feel that you want to return your hands to just a normal resting position, go ahead and do that, bringing yourself into a position that feels that you can sustain comfortably for the next while. And letting your breathing settle into a more natural position, a new natural rhythm rather, where you're not trying to direct your breath into your belly, you're just letting your body breathe itself. So finding stillness in the pose. And noticing where it is that you're able to hold your attention, resting your focus on a particular point in your body where you're most aware of your breath. Doesn't matter where it is. Maybe it's the tips of the nose, the nostrils. Maybe the back of the throat. Maybe the expansion and contraction of the rib cage. Maybe it's still the rise and fall of your belly. Maybe you feel your breath most acutely somewhere else. Doesn't matter where it is, just finding a resting place for yourself to which you can return your attention every single time you notice that you've drifted away in thought. If you're finding that your brain is incredibly busy, if your monkey mind is leaping from tree to tree, don't worry about sitting and focusing on your breath for the duration of our time together. Just take it breath by breath. So this breath in, being aware of taking a breath in. This breath out, being aware of taking a breath out. Just that. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It's not rocket science. As with any practice, it takes practice. All you need to do is notice every time your thoughts have drifted away, noticing whatever it is that's distracting you, whether it's something internal, something external, noticing, seeing if there's a pattern to the distractions, Noticing any corresponding physical reaction when your thoughts go in a certain direction, or when there's a physical distraction from within your home or your environment. That's all valuable insight, but you don't dwell on that for now. You park it, make a mental note maybe as you take another breath in, bringing your attention back to whatever point of your body you're most aware of your breath, and breathing out as you celebrate the victory of returning to the present moment. Noticing every single time you drift off in thought. It might be with every single breath. There may be times where there are long pauses or long periods of time where you realize that you've been present, simply watching the breath. Remembering that there's no such thing as a good meditation or a bad meditation. The process is simply one of becoming aware. Aware of patterns. Patterns around your own thought processes. Patterns around where you hold tension in your body. Developing the skill and the discipline to notice when you've drifted away from the present moment. Not discarding anything that may have arisen, but just putting it down as you gently but firmly bring your awareness back to your next breath in, next breath out. Breathing in, being aware of breathing in. Breathing out with an awareness of breathing out. recognizing that every time we sit in meditation, our objective isn't to push away any distracting thoughts, any distracting things in our life. Our objective is not to stop the brain from thinking. It would be as futile as trying to stop our own hearts from beating. What we are practicing doing is sitting with the distractions. Sitting with the thoughts. Recognizing that it's very normal, especially in this time of unprecedented anxiety and worry, to have many, many, many distractions, many thoughts, many things that are trying to grab our attention. We sit amongst them, we sit with them, and yet we choose to direct our attention towards something of our choosing. The breath is always there. Developing a single pointed focus of attention that you can gently but firmly return to. Despite the distractions. Becoming completely aware of what our physical reactions are to these distractions. Noticing what physical tension we may hold in our body when we encounter these distractions. And consciously choosing to soften, so that we can make our way forward through these distractions with a sense of ease and equanimity. They may never change, they may never go away, but our ability to navigate them has the capacity to change. Full breath in. Breath in. Breath in. Keeping your eyes gently closed, bringing your hands together for our palming exercise, rubbing your hands as tightly together as you can or as fast. Feeling the warmth between your palms. And then cupping your hands over your closed eyes. And gently opening your eyes into the warmth of your hands. A beautiful eye bath to relax your eye muscles. Inhaling, exhaling, rolling your eyes, your gaze all the way up, all the way down, to the right, to the left, top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right, all the way up, all the way down, and center forward as you gently release your hands. Namaste, thank you for joining me. No, go. I don't know if you heard Isla's little contributions that every time I say becoming aware, she says, aware, aware. So, thank you all for joining me again. Who knows how long this lockdown is going to continue, but whatever happens, maybe we should continue meditating together. Claire, Grant, Grant's enjoying the aware. Well done everyone for showing up. What an absolute joy it is, and such a confirmation. Oh look, there's Nia. Nia says thank you. And Babs, there's Babs. Oh, your daughter also answers. Yeah, just to see how many people gravitate towards this practice is just beautiful. It's something that can be really difficult to establish at the beginning because it's so different to how we tend to live our lives. We tend to be rushing from one thing to another, constantly looking for things to do, and how often are those things to do a distraction from how it is that we're feeling and what's going on in our life. Making space, making time to just sit can feel like a waste of time. It can feel very, very unnatural if you are one of those who loves the doing. The value lies in being able to go ahead and do all our things, but with a little bit more mindfulness and a little bit more awareness of how we are in any given moment, in any given time. Sometimes we carry things with us. they become heavier and heavier and heavier until they become so heavy that we collapse under the weight of them. And through the practice of sitting regularly, once a day, maybe twice a day if that's your thing, you can really become aware of these things before they become too heavy to carry. So, any questions today? No questions. Just to say as well, someone said to me, at a time like this, or at any point in our lives, we can't just live in the present moment. We need to be forward planning. We need to be making contingency plans for businesses that are being affected, for whatever it might be. I'm not for one moment suggesting that you don't engage in all of those very important practices, necessary things, of course. But through the process of sitting and becoming aware of our own patterns and of how much tension we may be carrying in our bodies, we can do those things that might be quite stressful, all the forward planning, all of those things. You're getting heavy, my love. Here's one of those heavy things. You can do it with a greater sense of self-knowledge, seeing where you are getting distracted, where you are getting tense, taking deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax into whatever it is that you're doing. So it's a practice that we do once a day or twice a day, but it's something that we can reap the benefits of multiple times during the day. Sadia Shak, my sister and I join every morning. What a lovely thing to do with your sister. So, Isla, then enjoying your yawns, my love. Alright. Thank you all for joining me. Absolutely wonderful, as always, to see you. And I'm off to get my morning coffee now. This apple cider vinegar is great to start off the day, but not so appealing now. All right. Are there any yogis out there? Give me a little wave if you're a yogi. Alida, I see you just joined now. The stretching and the meditation will be on my stories live for the next 24 hours, but then they'll be on my YouTube channel, so if you've missed it, you can catch them on either of those spots. Okay, so there are a few yogis out there. I'm going to be... there's another one. I'm going to be adding a few more yoga classes as one channel. So keep posted, or keep your... What am I trying to say? Keep watching. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Say bye.